Hello, and welcome back to the world of assassination and the trending contracts. And today's contract, Kill Order 2-11-8564-804-91, set in Miami. And the contract ID is on the screen now for anyone who wishes to have a crack at it, and has been supplied to us today courtesy of Sophie Massey 77. So on to our briefing, and there isn't one, so we'll just say that our targets today have been very naughty and they need to be punished. And speaking of targets, today we have 5 of them with no stipulations on how we dispatch them or what we wear whilst we do so we have a free map. So for today's challenge, we'll be starting at the Dolphin Fountain, and we'll be bringing with us a lethal syringe stored up in the Kronstadt reception, a remote micro taser, and our ever trusty lockpick, along with our silenced pistol. So right from the start and off the bat, we're going to put down this riveting newspaper, make our way over to the seafront here, and our first target, Mr. Menendez, is just behind us there. In a few moments he will head down this way. He's going to have a phone call conversation first, which hopefully will give us enough time to get rid of a patrolling guard who will also come this way. So we're going to make our way into the gardening area here, grab the shovel, turn on the generator, which will attract the attention of the guard, and when he turns the generator off, we can then clout him with our shovel, and we're going to hide him in the shredder. And then we're going to turn the generator back on as Mr. Menendez is now in the area. We're going to grab our shovel once again. It's a very useful item. Big Mooney absolutely swears by them. It's the best weapon in the game, he reckons. And I can't disagree. It is a lot of fun clouting someone over the head with a shovel. So once Mr. Menendez comes in, we can then render him unconscious. We're going to turn off the generator and then turn on the tap here. And then we can then once again turn on the generator. Make sure you turn the generator off before you turn on the tap, or you will electrocute yourself. So once the electricity flows through the cable and into the puddle, that will eliminate our first target, Mr. Menendez, and we can now move on. So the remaining 4 of our targets are all located in the Kronstadt Center. So we're going to head straight there now, and we're going to go into the front entrance by the reception, and we are going to retrieve our lethal syringe. And once we have that, we can now go in through the more usable entrance, which will be at the top of the overpass. So we're just going to make our way along the grass here to avoid the camera, and once we're past that area, we can then lockpick our way into the overpass area, and we're going to make our way up and into the Kronstadt building at the top. So straight up the stairs here we go, get slightly dizzy along the way. It's a lot of left turns we're making, and into the Kronstadt building. We're going to go through the lift shaft area here as long as no one is looking, and out the window on our right, as this outfit will not get us very far. We're going to make our way up the drain pipe onto the lower roof area here, and we can then make our way to the security office window. We're just going to wait for the guard you can see there to make his way out of the room, and then we can then hop in through the window. We're going to pounce on the remaining guard, while we're here, we're going to take out the surveillance system with our silenced pistol. There we go. We're going to drag our new friend here out onto the roof and then quickly follow him out so that we are not spotted. There we go. So we're just going to hide him a little bit away from the window here. About here should do before we can then take his outfit. We're then going to make our way back down onto the overpass area and back into the Kronstadt building, as our next target is located on this level. We're going to grab the screwdriver in the lift shaft area and we're going to make our way around to the live exercise room, and our next target is Derek here, who looks a bit like Dwayne Dibley. So he is about to engage one of his colleagues in conversation. This does take a little while, but once that plays out and he returns to the robot's machinery there, we're going to take our screwdriver, throw it against the wall. That will get his attention. We're going to grab our screwdriver back once again, and when our target comes in to investigate, we can then eliminate him with the screwdriver. We're going to leave him right there, no one will find him, and then we can make our way back out into the corridor area and just check in. There are a couple of patrolling guards, one of which will be an enforcer, so we just need to find out where they are and avoid them. There is one of our targets, but we'll get to him in a little while. There are the two patrolling guards who we just about managed to avoid. We're going to make our way back out through the window and back up to the roof area and into the Kronstadt building here. So our next two targets are both located on the far side of the map. So we're just going to use the corridor here, make our way around past the enforcer guard on patrol there, who you can see. There is our target, who is one of the researchers. So we're going to make our way into the lift shaft, turn off the fuse box, and then turn it back on again so that the only person we snare into our trap is the target himself. So that will get his attention. He will come into this area as he is doing, and we can then eliminate him at our leisure. I'm going to use the screwdriver once again. So as long as you've turned off the fuse box, no one else will come into this area and discover him sitting there. Now our next target can be somewhat tricky. As you can see, there is a patrolling guard who moves up and down the corridor. We're going to have to wait for him to leave, and we are going to electrocute our next target, which can be tricky, as I mentioned. So where the guard is currently standing, you can see on the floor there is a plug socket, and just next to that plug socket is a water cooler. So once the guard has moved away a safe distance, we're going to take a shot at the plug socket. This will get the attention of our target, and we're going to quickly move behind the wall here, turn on the plug socket, and when our target comes to investigate, we're going to try and avoid being spotted by him, get behind the wall and then shoot the water cooler, and that will eliminate our target. So that just leaves one more target to go, and what we're going to do here is we're going to lure Mr. Knox into the bathroom by turning on the air conditioning in this room. And when we're going to make our way to the bathroom, where when he arrives, Robert Knox will come to apply his eye drops. And what we're going to do in here is overflow both of the sinks so that we can create a nice big puddle, and then we're going to drop our taser into said puddle. That looks nice and big. So we're going to turn off the sinks once again. They shouldn't attract anyone's attention. No one is nearby enough to be distracted by them. And then all we have to do is make our way into the cubicle here, and await the arrival of Robert Knox. So he will make his way into his office. The air conditioning will irritate his eyes, and he will then come to the bathroom to apply his eye drops. And once he's in position, all we have to do is trigger the taser and eliminate our final target. So with Mr. Knox now thoroughly dealt with, all that's left for us to do is to make good our escape, and the nearest available safe exit will be the helicopter exit. So as long as the guard from the security office isn't in the area outside the office having a cigarette, we can lockpick our way straight to the helipad and steal this rather fancy helicopter. So there we go, one more trending contract taken care of, and we get confirmation all of our targets were eliminated according to plan, and we get our Silent Assassin rating. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.